Good morning, everyone, and welcome to New Star Resort Cebu. I am Colleen Mendoza, and I will be your host for this morning. Welcome again to the Taste Cebu 2026 Press Preview and Return Cooking Masterclass. This morning, we will be giving you an exclusive first look on what to expect during the Taste Cebu 2026 Heirloom Culinary Gallery through cooking demonstrations, guided tastings, and a curated lunch featuring selections from the Taste Cebu 2026 menu. Later, we will also be doing a turnover ceremony highlighting our partner beneficiary, followed by the Q&A and media interview session. To formally begin our program, we call
It's a very formal, informal event. So, as we mentioned, dito like chika lang tayo. So, let's just have conversation over brunch. We thought about Taste Cebu maybe a few months ago about this concept. And we thought about how we will integrate culture really in food and how we will tell the story. And one of her featured videos in in YouTube, and she's very famous. but with that, we got inspired on how we can actually create our food, and we have to give justice to what Cebuana food actually taste and not just look like, but of course taste like, and hence Taste Cebu. So we were gathered here to actually celebrate that concept and celebrate the Cebuano food. And when we think about this concept, we think about how we can actually make sure there's a purpose. And there's no better partner, of course, with Simply Share here, Doc Nikki. We wanted to make sure that our concept is not just strong, but also has a purpose. So, without further ado, I will hand it over to our chefs and Tita Lloyd to give you the story behind the foods that we will present in Taste Cebu. Sit back and enjoy the stories behind the food and enjoy. Thank you so much.
inspiration behind this year's featured Taste Cebu menu. May we call on Chef Martin Rabaledo, our executive chef of New Star Resort Cebu.
For the wonderful introduction. Once again, maayong buntag sa inyong tanan. I would like to thank everyone for joining us here, our media friends, our colleagues, our suppliers, all that support this Taste Cebu. You know that we had a lot of Taste Cebu in the previous years, but I'm really excited to announce that this Taste Cebu, together with our Tita Luella, who really gave us a real story behind all these dishes. I mean, I'm really content to showcase our products here because it's a different dishes that we're gonna be showing you this year compared from the previous years. So just to give you a sneak preview on what we have for this 2026 Taste Cebu. Of course, I respect the local ingredients. I respect the local dishes because all of it are very delicious, I would say. And it's difficult on us as chefs to really innovate on it because it's something that is really precious to those that are really Cebuanos. They know the taste, they know the qualities. All of the mothers also cook nice dishes for their families. So this is something that is not really easy to maneuver. But yeah, we as chefs, we are very challenged, together with our team here, we are very challenged to make something out of the Cebuano dishes. So here in Taste Cebu 2026, we will showcase a lot of dishes from the roots to the comfort table in our house, through fiestas and through innovation. So I hope that this journey is going to be really a great beginning to innovate dishes and putting a lot of effort from the basic, from the roots, from the taste, down to the presentation. And I hope that you will like this. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. In stories and traditions that define the Cebuano identity. Every dish tells a story, and with Say Cebu, we have an abundance of stories to tell. To give us a closer look at the vision behind this year's experience, please join me in welcoming our consultant and curator for the event, Ms. Luella Eslao Alex, warmly known as Tita Loy. She will share the inspiration behind Taste Cebu 2026, her collaboration with Blue Star Resort Cebu, and how her book, Hikay, The Culinary Heritage of Cebu, helped shape this culinary journey. Tita Loy?
Greater validation, I think, for a writer and for her book to be used in an event like this. I've been with talks with the New Star people, and it's been months, no, in the planning, and now it is very heartwarming for me as the author of Hikay, Culinary Heritage of Cebu, to see the dishes that I have researched and documented finally being seen and being tasted by everybody. Now, this morning, Chef Martin and I will be sharing two recipes from the book, and Chef Martin will be showcasing, I think, 2 or 3 innovations from the original recipes. And the 2 dishes I have chosen to share with you this morning is timte, a lost recipe that I dug out in 2010, I think, when I first heard about it. It's a chicken dish based on a Chinese recipe that came from the Parian district of the city. You know, of course, that the Parian was the enclave of the rich Chinese mestizos of Cebu. And then the next dish is tamaos. The tamaos is a bastardized version of tamales. So it shows our Mexican, the Mexican influence in our food, not Spanish. It's the Mexican influence in our food. So these 2 I chose because it represents the influences in our cooking, because Taste Cebu now will feature from the roots, meaning from the pre-colonial food Cebu is known for, to home cooking, the food that has nourished us all throughout the centuries, Cebuanos. And the fiesta food, the fiesta dishes featured, of course, will showcase the Spanish, Chinese, and American influences in our cuisine. Now, finally, I'd like to touch on the Taste Cebu, the title of the event. Taste Cebu is like an imperative thing. Taste Cebu. So in our language, you say kilawin ang Cebu, no? Tilawin. But I think tilaw is a very light word to use. For Taste Cebu, it should be tagamtama ang Cebu. To tagamtam is
savor.
Not just to taste, not just to ingest,
Savor.
but to savor not only the food, but the traditions and the culture of Cebu. So, welcome to Taste Cebu.
Cebu has been around for nearly 11 years now, and August will be 11. The food bank has been in existence around 3+ years. We've been working below the radar actually, and we've been rescuing near expiry goods from retailers, manufacturers all this time, and distributing them to beneficiaries. This is our first year of doing a prepared food model. This food bank has several models. The easiest one is warehousing. These are canned goods, these are packed dry goods. But this is our first year of doing a larger scale food rescue in terms of a prepared food model. Na cooked food from noodles, and then we distributed them immediately. And I think I share what we're getting from Star.
Yes, please.
So Star will be acquiring refrigerators for us. So this prepared food model entails a more strict food safety protocol, and logistically it's very demanding. And for us to keep the food integrity as best possible, refrigerators in the hotel on site is really important. So this collaboration with New Star allows us to do this prepared food model, food rescue, food banking. So daghan kayo salamat, and we're really happy that we're given this light of day, and we're given this opportunity to show that there's food banking in Cebu, and we've been quietly operating for a while. So daghan kayo salamat, and we will make it for this collaboration.
So much of like what we've been saying, so much of New Star is really anchored in Cebu. And as much as we want to highlight and celebrate F&B and gastronomic space here, we do understand that there's a bigger community that we're part of, and we want to partake in any way we can, to extend this help and assistance and whatever we have in abundance to the rest. So thank you for the opportunity, Doc Nikki, and please enjoy the lunch. And we'll see you in Cebu.
Smile and smile.
Is when we read Hikay, it feels like the universe has really aligned. So when we talked to Tita Loy, back in the day when she had a column in CDN, it's actually named Taste of Cebu. So we feel that it's really the universe aligning for us, and we have that story to tell. And Hikay is really fits the mold in the stories that we want to tell for Taste Cebu. It's really about origin stories. It's about the future of Cebuano food, and then that really that experience we want to share with the audience. And we feel that it's not for us to gatekeep, and we wanted that experience, or at least that recipes, to come to life. I hope I answered your question.
Without too much intervention on the ingredient. We have the three favorite ones, like suba, tinua, and kilaw. To kilaw, you need fresh fish, and we can do that because we live near the sea. To tuwa is to use to cook with liquid, basic sad, to cook with liquid. And to suba is to cook both meats and fishes and even vegetables over live coal. It's okay. So, the ingredients that are available to us do not really need too much manipulation. Thank you, Chris. Yes, you don't need too much. You don't have to do too much to ingredients that are available to us. The fresh fish really calls to be grilled. Even the meats that we have asked to be cooked over low fire, over live coals, and the inasal being the height of that cooking.
Earlier, we did a few sinupa, with a twist of a cotton caramello with cheese. So this is something that is, I would say, unique, and I haven't tried that before, and this is the first time that we did that with this. Now, with your question about supporting local farmers, we are actually heading towards this direction. There are a few that we already tapped with, but of course, as you can see, the property is a huge property, and it needs a bigger supply. So a few of our outlets are getting ingredients for local produced corn that we are utilizing in our outlets. One example is peanut. We have a menu that is daily changing in terms of fish. We have the so-called catch of the day that we are serving every day in certain time. So whenever there are chances we can promote and support our local farmers and fishermen,
We do.